Welcome back to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the uploads. In today's video, I want to do just a roundup of some hot topics I've been discussing on social media, and I want to hear your thoughts. I have to talk about Laurie, Harvey, and Michael B. Jordan going Instagram official. Didn't know that was a thing. Well, you've probably been seeing the reports and photographs of these two traveling during the holidays, during Thanksgiving. Not sure why people are still traveling during a pandemic, but whatever. People have been following them, hinting at a possible romance going on. Well, they've gone official and they're sharing it on social media. But the bigger hot topic, as always, in regards to Laurie Harvey and her dating life, is people just not having the same energy that they have for men when they date multiple people. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. Just because she's dating them or hanging out with them, first of all, doesn't mean that she's dating them. Also doesn't mean that she's sleeping with them. The other person that Laurie Harvey was connected to for a very long time, and it seems as if they were dating, was Future. That was one person I had hoped she wasn't dating. Future has, first of all, Laurie Harvey is a young woman. If she's gonna date. I love it. However, someone like Future with multiple baby mamas, multiple children, Laurie, that's not someone to get connected with or be serious with. I love some of the comments that you guys share. Some people have said, her father, Steve Harvey, wrote the book Think Like a Man. So it makes sense. That's exactly what she's doing. Well, I'm happy for Laurie because at the end of the day, she is in her 20s. This is what you should be doing in your 20s, ladies. Dating, having fun, really figuring out the things that you like about someone versus the things that you think you like about someone. Anyways, congratulations to them. I wish them both the best. Michael B. Jordan is actually a really great guy to date. You guys are also very shady. I saw all the comments that you guys are surprised that he's even dating a black girl. Really? Stop it. Sex and the City is actually coming back to HBO Max. Well, I talked about this rumor a few weeks ago. Well, now HBO Max and Sarah Jessica Parker are confirming the news that they will be delivering us a new Sex and the City, but in a whole new way. And that whole new way, a new title. That's about it. And of course, no Kim Cattrall. Well, you may recall there have been lots of drama back and forth between, well, really not really between, just Kim Cattrall saying to Sarah Jessica Parker, "You are not my friend and you are not my family." That is an actual quote. Sorry. Anyways, they announced that they will be returning to HBO Max in a whole new way with a new title. And just like that, if you're a Sex and the City fan, that's just something Carrie always would say. 3 characters will be returning. Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte will be returning and also be executive producers. They will film here in New York City starting in the spring, 10 half-hour episodes. So if they're filming in the spring, we probably could expect this new series by the fall. I don't know about you guys. I did a whole poll on my TikTok in regards to will you be watching without Samantha? A lot of people believe Samantha made Sex and the City. Here are some of my thoughts in regards to why HBO Max is doing this. The reason why Sex and the City was so popular was because a lot of women, even men, saw themselves in the different characters. To me, not one character was bigger than the other. Yes, you may have connected with Samantha more or found her to be the funniest part of Sex and the City, but there were a lot of people that connected with Carrie. There were a lot of people that connected with Charlotte. There were a lot of people that connected with Miranda, and that's why the show was so successful. But I think the reason why they decided to do this Sex and the City revival on HBO Max, partly because pandemic, also partly because they were trying to do a third Sex and the City movie, and that's where the drama between Kim Cattrall and SJP came out again. Well, I think what they're going to do this time around, get people excited about this franchise and give us the third installment of the movie series. So I think this is what they're doing to get us excited. And I'm here for it. I love Sex and the City. And I also think and I've seen some comments too, where people are saying, don't nobody want to see women in their 50s or 60s dating or having sex. First of all, the disrespect. Women, black, white, whatever ethnicity, are having sex in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Seriously. You may not know about it, but they are. I think the show is going to be successful. Sarah Jessica Parker shared this, just a theme, a little trailer, teaser I can't even say trailer because you don't see any of the women in it. It's just New York City. And New York City was also a big character in Sex and the City. I love New York. I'm from New York. So I'm excited for this. Just her teaser alone got over 1 million views within hours. That alone tells you why HBO Max is taking their chances with a No Samantha series. And just like that, I'm guessing this will probably come the fall of 2021. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about a Sex and the City revival. Halle Berry, as you know, was the very first Black actress to win an Oscar in the Best Actress category. Well, she's speaking out recently because she's very upset and heartbroken that no other Black actress has won in this category since her win 20 years ago. Well, this is what she said in a new interview. She said, "The heartbreak I have is because I really thought that night meant that very soon after that, other women of color, Black women, would stand beside me." She went on to say, "Now it's been 20 years and no one has. And so every time Oscar time comes around, I get very reflective and I think, well, maybe this year. It has become heartbreaking that no one else has stood there." So I did a TikTok, I do something called In Black History That You Don't Know About. And I did one on Dorothy Dandridge before I saw the story, which was interesting. A lot of people don't know Dorothy Dandridge, she, legendary actress. Halle Berry played her in the HBO movie. Of course, Halle won her Oscar for Monsters Ball back in 2002. But Dorothy Dandridge was the very first Black actress nominated in the Best Actress category at the Oscars. And it wasn't until Halle Berry did someone actually of color win that award. First of all, I didn't even realize that we haven't had a win since then. Of course, we've had it in other categories like Best Supporting Actress categories. Cynthia Erivo was nominated, was it last year or the year before, for Harriet in Best Actress category. Keri Hilson is coming out and speaking out in regards to Twitter banning President Trump and a bunch of other social media platforms. Hear me out. So this is what Keri said. So she shared the photo of Donald Trump's account being suspended on Twitter because of the riot and the violence that he encouraged at the Capitol last week. Anyways, this is what she took to social media and said, "This may be funny, but it is a little dangerous too. Take Trump out of it for a moment. A democracy must include freedom of speech. Imagine other leaders or popular figures not being able to voice their opinion if it opposes the majority of world leaders. Our freedom of speech being taken from us, slowly but surely, censorship. If the leader of the free world can be removed, imagine that same right of civilians. Imagine believing every time you read false information detected and propaganda, deceptive reports, and flat out lies being the only thing we see." And I saw everyone's comments and but the thing is here, first of all, Keri Hilson has been in the news multiple times in the last year for very typical behavior. I'm not sure if it's attention. I'm not sure if it's just ignorance, but I also think she shares a lot of views that other people are sharing, unfortunately. Before she thought COVID was caused by 5G, but there were a lot of you that thought COVID was caused by 5G. There are a lot of you that were deciding not to take the vaccine. And I completely understand, especially people of color that are hesitant to take a vaccine. Get it. There's a long history behind that. However, Keri Hilson has a following still, even after everything. So a lot of you have said, and I'm going to repeat it. First of all, freedom of speech, even if it's a government official, comes at its limits. If you're inciting violence, if you're inciting hysteria where there really isn't a reason to do so, that is not covered under freedom of speech. But also people are reminding Keri and everyone else that Twitter is a private company and they have terms and conditions that you accept when you sign up for these apps that a lot of us do not read, and you can't do a lot of the things that President Trump has been doing on Twitter. First of all, I do think it's convenient that Twitter and all of these other social media platforms are now suspending President Trump from social media. It's very convenient. It's only less than 10 days for him to be out of office. And now you guys are doing it. There have been multiple things he said on social media and on live TV. You remember the debate when he told them to stand back, stand by? What does that mean, sir? this is not the first time. So I think it's very convenient for a lot of people to be suspending his account now, as opposed to all the insightful things he said over the last 4 years. Very convenient. But Keri, sometimes you just need to, first of all, do some research, think, take a step back. And because I'll be honest with you, I get where you're coming with that. There is this very thin line between freedom of speech and censorship. And we're always sort of battling, is that censorship? Is that freedom of speech? But girl, especially with all the stories coming out of the Capitol right now, no. And him watching it from the White House, no. People are dead, people are injured, people are committing suicide. Capitol Police are committing suicide. No. But speaking good news that we should be talking about, Eugene Goodman was one of the Capitol officers that saved hundreds of lives of people, of the actual Capitol workers and representatives. Well, he noticed that the Capitol workers and representatives were still trying to get to safety, and he saw the mob of people coming in. He distracted those people and had them follow him away from where they were trying to get to safety. So I think we need to know Eugene Goodman's name and recognize him. He deserves a Medal of Freedom, but we can wait on that before after Trump's out of office, because what he did was what true heroes do. And I thought it'd be perfect to end this video by celebrating Eugene Goodman and thank him for his service. Mind you, he didn't have a gun. He only had a club. Hundreds of people chasing this black man. Anyways, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the uploads.